Hey everybody, this is Craig. Just want to give you a little update on the channel. You may have noticed that I haven't posted a video in the last couple days. That's because we had something like a fire at our house a few days ago. Wasn't a full-blown fire, didn't call in the fire department or anything like that. But well, here's what happened. It was Monday night, and we were running a water distiller in our kitchen. And I walked into the kitchen to get something out of the fridge or something, and I smelled this terrible smell. It smelled like electrical fire, and I turned on the lights, and there was some kind of a white smoke in the air, and I was like, okay, well, it must be the distiller. So I grabbed the cat, put her in the bedroom, closed up that door, and then I grabbed the distiller. We unplugged it, and I took it out and I put it on our back porch and took it apart, and steam's going everywhere and all this stuff. And then we're like, okay, we got to get this smell out of the house. So I take a big box fan, and I'm holding a big box fan at the back door, sliding glass door, and it's blowing the smoke and all the garbage out. And then I had Julie take over for me, because holding up a big box fan kind of wears you out a little bit. And then I noticed that smell is still here. And I was like, that doesn't make sense. And I was like, crap. There's some kind of electrical fire somewhere. So I go into the garage and I throw the breakers. And then now a whole half of the house, pretty much, is dark. And we got some lights coming in from other rooms and all that stuff. And I got flashlights, and I'm in the room, in the kitchen, and I'm shining the flashlight around, and it's kind of got that beam going because there's smoke in the air and all that. And I'm smelling, and I'm just going around smelling, and I'm trying to figure out, where's the smell coming from. And then at one point I was like, it smells like it's over by the sink. So I go over to the sink, open up the bottom, and then I can tell that there's wisps of smoke coming out from under our sink. And I'm like, what? And I was like, okay. So I'm clearing out all of the household products from under the sink. Just put them over here, just get them out, get them out. And then I'm taking apart all the boards under the sink. And I see all this wiring for our pump. And I'm thinking, could it be that? But then right next to that is the dishwasher. Well, could it be the dishwasher? I don't know. So I sit there and I'm like, analysis paralysis for like a good, I would say probably a good hour, just thinking about it. Like, oh, what could it be? The smoke has stopped. The smell is dissipating. But I'm like, I don't want to turn the power back on. But then half of the house is out because I threw 4 or 5 breakers. So I'm kind of like stuck. I'm like, okay, what do I do? And I'm overthinking it. And then I was like, okay, I'll just start putting on breakers one at a time. And we did that, and everything seemed fine. And then we're down to one breaker, and it's the breaker that, by the way, our house is wired weird. It's the breaker that controls the garbage disposal, the dishwasher, the sink area, and the water pump, because we're on a well here in this part of Beaver Creek. Don't have city water, we have a well. And so I'm like, okay, well, it must be that. And then more analysis paralysis for probably another half hour. I'm just sitting there thinking about, like, oh, should I turn it on? So I finally end up turning it on, and I'm looking. Is there any smoke? Am I hearing any crackling? And nothing like that. And then I realize we don't have any water. The pump didn't come back on. Nothing. So now we're without water, and we still have to kill this breaker, because now we've sort of pieced it together, Julie and I. Well, it must have something to do with the wiring to the pump and all that. So we call in electrician guys, and they come out and they do a great job. They diagnosed it. It was wires going down into the ground, like 3-4 feet, and then it runs under our slab because we don't have a basement. Runs under our slab out to the pump, and then it splices into other wires that go down, I don't know, like 50 feet or more to the pump to actually run the pump. Because when you're on a well, you have a pump that is down at the end of the hose in the water that pumps it up, and then you also have a pump and a tank up top that helps draw it up. It's kind of like two things going on. So we figured that's what it was. And what the guys were telling us is like, oh yeah, this is an old wire, or these are old wires, because there's actually two wires, but it looked like one of them is the one that totally failed, one side. He's like, it burned itself out underground, and it was coming up through, they have a sleeve thing that goes down, and he was like, that smoke must have been coming up through that and then getting into your house. So technically we were in no real danger. Didn't feel like that, not at all. But yeah, we had an underground fire as these wires burnt themselves out and kicked up smoke and this terrible smell of electrical fire. So then, now we're sitting there, still don't have any water. And I could go up to Pickwa and get water and truck it down here or something like that. But it's like, oh, is there any way we can fix it? And the guys are like, yeah, we can fix it today. And we're like, you can fix it today? And they're like, yeah, we'll just run the wires up through your attic, over to the side of the house, down through a conduit, and then we'll take it through the ground over to the pump. And we'll just totally do a bypass, a complete bypass that does not involve going underground or dealing with the slab, because we checked the wires on the other end, and the wires on the other end were crappy. And it's the kind of thing where if you grab the wire and then you let go, your hand is all black with the smush from the coming off of the wire on both ends. It's like just totally decayed over time or something. And this house was built in 1969. So there's a chance that those could even be the original wires, even though I was told that they redid the piping and everything underneath the house. Maybe they didn't redo the wiring. I don't know. But in any event, a lot of chaos just dealing with that, not having water for a whole day. I like my showers, and that was no fun. Being all grimy and stuff like that, and it was pretty scary, and I was pretty stressed out about it, and so there was it really upset the apple cart, as they say. So I am going to get back to doing videos. Don't worry, we're going to have some more videos. The videos take a lot more time now because I'm doing commentaries, but when this is how messed up the wiring is in our house. When I killed power to the kitchen, for some reason, half of my office that you see behind me here, no power. This house, it's just got very squirrely wiring as far as the breaker panel goes. Nice benefits from this. It only cost $870 for these guys to do that. That's really kind of cheap. When you think about it. They also evaluated our breaker panel, told us, okay, well, it's this model, and these models are known to do this and that and all that stuff. So, we learned a lot, and it didn't really take that long. Julie had to take off work to deal with it, just because it's the house, and it's like a possible fire. The scary things, the smoke alarms, 2 smoke alarms didn't go off. One is actually right there in the kitchen, and one is further down the hall from the kitchen. So I don't know. I'm thinking of replacing those smoke detectors because I don't like that. There was enough smoke in the air that I mean, white smoke in the air, and it smelled so terrible. And I was like, and no alarm, no warning. So now I did get to it quick because I have a really good nose, and I did smell the weird thing that was happening. But technically, I didn't get to it quick because I guessed wrong. I thought it was the water distiller that was failing and possibly getting ready to catch fire. So I don't like stress. I try. I'm supposed to avoid stress, uh, and so this was a lot to digest, I guess. So anyway, just wanted to give you that update, tell you the story. It's we're okay. Everything's okay. Um, so that's all I got for this video. I'm Craig. Take care of yourself. Look out for others. Talk to you later.